Good morning, everybody. This is Debbie. It's July 15th, 2020, and I'm going to start uploading some YouTube videos to my channel that will be available for sale on my website. So this is the first one, and this is to go with my book, Daily Spiritual Practices for Everyone. So, I just wanted to give some tips on things you can do every day to move your spiritual practice forward and to make sure that you're focusing on it every day, because spiritual practice shouldn't be just a Sunday thing, right? So we need to have a spiritual life and have balance with the rest of our life, and this is some of the ways that you can make sure that happens. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you open your eyes and you take in the first rays of the sun, and that is the God spark within us all. Like Auntie Pua used to teach me, aloha. The is the first light of the sun when you open your eyes in the morning that connects you to spirit. Okay, so as soon as you wake up, you just say aloha. You're connected to spirit with the of the sun coming in. And the lo is the rainbow bridge between us and spirit. And the ha is the breath of life. Okay, so that's Auntie Pua's explanation of aloha. And there's many interpretations of aloha, but that's her thing that she taught me, and she always used that whenever she did a blessing or whenever she spoke anywhere. She explained that we are all one, we are all connected to spirit, we all have God spark inside us, right? So that's the first thing. Then when you get up, you go take a shower, you're going to clean your chakras, okay? Because your chakras take in energy and they give out energy. So it's very important to keep your energy field clean and clear, and clean your chakras every day. So you're going to stand in the shower, you're going to take your fingers, you're going to move them in a counterclockwise direction, starting at the root chakra, and rinse. And then do each chakra all the way up. So your root chakra's between your legs that goes down into the earth. The second chakra, do that one below your navel. The next chakra, your solar plexus, in the stomach area. Go up to the heart chakra, do the same thing. Let's see if I can show you how I'm doing it. So the throat chakra, you're going to go like this with your fingers, counterclockwise, rinse. Okay, do every chakra that way. Do that. Do the crown, rinse. Okay, and then you're going to start at the bottom again, and you're going to spin them clockwise because that's the way they're supposed to go. So you're going to make sure they're spinning properly. You're going to spin, spin, spin clockwise, all your chakras. Okay, and that's a practice I learned from Dr. Alberto Villoldo's book, Shaman Healer Sage. So if you have an interest in shamanism, his is a nice path that's been written so Western culture can understand it and practice it, but it's from the Peruvian shamans. And he has lots of classes and books and tapes. You can look him up, Dr. Alberto Villoldo. Okay, the next thing I would do is, after I get dressed, put on my essential oils. White angelica is very good for protection, or valor. Any of the high vibration oils, frankincense, myrrh, rose oil, any of those oils are very good for increasing your vibration and giving you energetic protection. Especially white angelica is very good for protection. So I would put that on. Then I would go into my tarot decks and pick a card for the day, something to focus on. Maybe put that card on my altar for the day. Read the meaning of the card. Meditate on that a little bit. Some of my tarot decks that I have some kind of ceremony or prayer at the end of each card explanation. So I might do those. Okay. And then I would say the violet flame decree, of course. So I say, I invoke the violet flame of Saint Germain to transmute all negativity in my path today, in my heart and in my mind. And then you say, I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. And you say that 3 times. Okay, and then you can say, light, light, light. I am light. Light is produced in my bones. I emanate light. Okay, so now you're covered in the violet flame. You've got your oils of protection on. You're ready to go out into the world. Okay. Another thing, too, is you want to meditate. So you want to meditate. If you have time in the morning, take 15 minutes to meditate. If you get up when the sun rises, you can soul gaze at the sun, do sun gazing. You only want to do that at sunrise and sunset, when the sun is at its least intensity. And you can look directly at the sun. You kind of have to unfocus your eyes. It's really not as dangerous as they try to tell you it is. But you don't want to do it at noon when it's so intense. But you do it at sunrise and sunset. And there's people who live on sun gazing. They don't even eat food. Which, I don't recommend trying that unless you're trained in it and you're practiced and you've fasted and, but it's good to take in the prana of the sun every day. And it also gives you vitamin D, which is really good for your immune system, of course. So it's good to spend at least 15 minutes a day in the sun and to really focus on absorbing the prana from the sun. And if you're afraid to open your eyes, just close your eyes and look in that direction, but with your eyes closed. And you'll still take in a lot of prana from the sun. Okay, so then you're going to meditate for 15 minutes. If you don't know how to meditate, there's lots of guided meditations on deepakchopra.com, or there's lots of other good guided meditations. Dr. Joe Dispenza's YouTube videos are wonderful. The heart opening meditation doesn't take very long, and they walk you right through it, so you don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to know anything, just listen to it. Just lay down or sit up and relax and breathe and listen to the meditation, and it'll walk you right through it. It's not as complicated as people try to make it out. And meditation isn't about pushing thoughts out of your head and not having any thoughts. You're going to have thoughts. The focus of meditation is to the mind will quiet down as you just let the thoughts drift through without getting attached to them or without thinking more about them. You just say, it's a thought, and just let it go. And pretty soon, use the mantras you use when you say a mantra. It's a positive, uplifting thought that you replace the other thoughts with. So let's say you start thinking about what to have for dinner. And instead of doing that and going down that hole, you just say your mantra. Okay? And that replaces that thought and stops your mind from going off on a tangent. And then it quiets. And the more you do it, the more it quiets, until pretty soon you have lots of silence in between the thoughts or in between the mantra, saying the mantra. And that's where the gold is when you get to a place of long periods of silence where you can listen for the wisdom that comes from your higher self in meditation. Okay. So it's just like prayer. Prayer is really about wanting something, or, not so much wanting something, but just being in a space of gratitude and praise, and then waiting for an answer, right? You want spirit to answer you, but you have to listen. You have to be quiet. Okay, so it's important to take time to be quiet. And Auntie Pua would say that a lot, that she was just being quiet. And she would go for long periods of just being quiet, for days even, and weeks sometimes. But if that's what she needed to do, that's what she did. And then she would go back out in the world when she got her direction of what she needed to do. Okay, so then you're going to go out. So you want to put on a big white bubble of protection wherever you're going in your day. You want to go and give yourself a big white bubble of protection. So you just visualize a big white egg of protection surrounding your entire body, above and below your feet and above your head, like a big egg. Okay, and then you go and you get in your car and you ask Archangel Michael to protect you when you're driving. So you ask for protection as you drive and throughout your day. Okay, and then you go to work. And wherever you work, if you work with other people, it's always a good idea to use the Reiki symbols. If you know the Reiki symbols, you can use the Reiki symbols in your workspace, or you can smudge if that's allowed to keep the energy nice and clear. And if you can't use burning sage, you can use a sage spray or a frankincense spray. And you just mix the oil with some water in a spray bottle and just give it a little spritz. And it'll keep your energy clear. Okay. So if you're working on a computer all day, it's important to shield yourself from that energy, because it can be very draining and tiring to be around a computer all day. So you can put an amethyst crystal by the computer, and that helps absorb the energy. And also you can use selenite crystals in your workspace, or a salt lamp, to help absorb any negative energies that are in the space. And the good thing about selenite crystal is it doesn't have to be cleared. So you don't have to worry about washing it or putting it out in the moon or the sun or anything like that to clear it. It's self-clearing. So selenite comes usually in white, or some of them are like blue and white striped. But you can get those at your local crystal store or online somewhere. Okay, so you're going to do all that during your work. Just try to keep your vibration up at all times, to protect yourself, protect your energy, and to just have a pleasant day, of course. And if you can play uplifting music, such as Gregorian chants, or any kind of chants, or kirtan music, or just some high vibrational music in your space, if that's okay, then do that if you like it, if it's not too distracting. And I like the Buddha Maitreya's chants, and he also says the Great Invocation on his recordings too. So I like to play his tapes. And you can get that at ShambhalaHealingTools.com. And also, the Shambhala Healing Tools are sacred geometry tools that you could wear as jewelry, or you can they have bigger ones that you can put in your space and hang up from the ceiling, or mats that you can set on that are really good for you. Very healing and very uplifting. So those are some of the tools that I've used over the years. So then when you go home, you're going to, maybe you shower at night, so you're going to wash your chakras again, clear your chakras. And another thing we say is that I send all your thoughts and feelings back to you. I bring all my thoughts and feelings back to me. I'm the only thinker in my mind. I'm the only feeler in my body. Okay, because when you're out in the world, you're going to come across people who we call energy vampires, who like to send out cords and they want to drain your energy. And if you've ever met one of these, you know, because after they talk to you for like an hour or so, you're completely wiped out and so exhausted. Well, they feel great. They've unloaded all their crap on you. And now they feel better and you feel worse. Okay, so those are the people you want to energetically protect yourself from at all times. And there's plenty of them out there. So good to learn that. And send all their energy cords back to them every day when you disengage from them. And try to avoid them, really. If you know who these people are in your life, just really try to avoid them, because you don't need to be around them. It's not healthy. Okay. So then another thing I like to do is to, before I go to sleep, have a gratitude list and say what I'm grateful for, whatever happened that day. If there was anything that is kind of a miracle, I have a miracle journal. So then I would write in my miracle journal what happened that I considered a miracle. And maybe read past some of the past miracles that are in my journal. Especially if you're having a bad day, or you had a bad day and you're feeling kind of down and upset about anything, it's good to go through your miracle journal and read all the cool stuff that happened before. And that reminds you that the universe is always conspiring to make you happy. No matter what we think, it is always trying to make us happy. So when you put out those thoughts, like Abraham Esther Hicks says, when you put out those thoughts of desire, those rockets of desire out of your heart, out of your mind for what you want to manifest, be careful what it is, because the universe takes you literally, and it's going to give you whatever you say you want. And even if you say you don't want something, it doesn't know negative, so you're going to get that. So don't think about the things you don't want ever. Think about the things that you do want. Okay, that's just a law of attraction thing. You need to just focus on what you do want and put those rockets of desire out into the universe, and the universe says, your wish is my command. Okay? All right, so I'm going to end this video now, and then I'm going to do another one on setting up a home altar space and a home meditation space, okay? So that'll be the next video. So if you'd like to get a reading with me, I'm available for phone readings too. You can always contact me at Debbie@CompassionateHealing.biz or call me at 808-856-1962. All right, have a wonderful day.